I would just say a lot of the reason why you're getting those early predictions with Florida State with Clemson is because of Clemson. It has very little to do with Florida State. You've got Clemson that's losing a lot. They also haven't been the same Clemson as far as the recruiting and the development as they were. I'm not saying consistently, but the last 2 years. I personally believe when I'm looking at this Clemson roster, offensively, they used to have guys that kind of made a DC lose sleep. Now you do have Will Shipley, but you have a new offense that's coming in with a different type of quarterback who wants to throw the ball down the field. DJ, as I call him, I don't know how to say his last name, but DJ Ukulele is a dual threat quarterback. And with that comes a different type of respect that you have to have. Right now, teams aren't, it's not that they're going to purposely disrespect Klubnik. They just don't care that his legs, that if he has legs or not, they're more concerned about his arm. So what they're going to do is they're going to say what this kid is going to have to do is beat us. He's going to have to beat us with his arm, and that's not going to. I don't think he has the capabilities to do that. Do it with his legs and make them have to. And that's how Will Shipley was getting these holes and these seams to be able to really gash us. I also think now where their defense is, they got Tyler Davis, Xavier Thomas, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Nate Wiggins. Those are some key guys that they have on each level. But I think this year, Jordan Travis is, and we talked about a little bit with Anthony Richardson, the difference. Jordan Travis is in a situation where he could actually argue or make a really big name for himself to be top 5 quarterback. Legitimate. Like, he's not going to be number 1 overall like Ant, but he has a legitimate argument to say, hey, some team needs to come and get me. But it's not just with his arms and his arm and his intellect. He has got to use his legs. And I was just watching the highlight of one of the first plays in the Clemson game. Man uses his legs. I remember Peter Ward saw him in the tunnel and said, hey, man, we need you to use your legs. He used his legs more against North Carolina State, we probably win. Uses his legs more against Wake Forest, we probably win. He uses his legs against Clemson more, and now you're having to, just like I talked about with DJ, you're having to account. And with losing Trayshawn Ward was your back that had the vision and the patience. You don't have that anymore. You got a guy that's going to just ram it in there, like and Trey Benson. And if it's a hole and you flinch, he's gone. But that's also not the most conducive thing in the world. But how do you generate and create holes with guys like that? You have a quarterback that's a threat to the run, that's going to make the linebacker have to sit, that's going to make that defensive end have to be honest. And there were times when I think he was so afraid of being known as a mobile quarterback that he kind of, shied away from that. But I think, if Mike needs me to go and plead with him and tell him that, this is what you're going to do, I have no problem doing it. But I think that's also the biggest key to Florida State going 11-1 and 12-0 is how healthy and how confident Jay Trav is in his total package.